All right. Good morning, everyone. Wanted to give everyone a quick update on our weather this morning. Didn't quite think it would start this early, but there we have it. So, just to give you a quick update, we have a couple severe thunderstorm warnings out for our area: Western Dallas County, Denton County, Tarrant County, Southeastern Parker County. So, until 11 a.m. So, the main threat with these storms are damaging wind gusts, although we've already had one brief tornado spin up earlier in Montague County. Didn't amount to much, but I don't know. I didn't see any reports of damage. But, again, as I talked about in the update, the text update this morning, this is the first round. Now, this may actually affect our second round tonight, whether it's more intense or less intense or really anything at all. So, just wanted to kind of give everybody a quick update on what's going on right now. This is the current radar and a little messy, so I'm going to try to expand out a little bit more here. So you can see it's probably hard to see, but there's a rotation marker here. That would be just north of Hazlitt. Another rotation marker northwest of Saginaw, then southwest of Benbrook. And so these are mid-level rotations. We have had some reports. Again, we had the tornado warning in Montague County earlier. So this line is a classic line that will bow and produce spin-up tornadoes. It's not your traditional tornado to where it's the sunny day and it's bright outside and you can just go look and find it. You will not be able to see any spin-up tornado that happens to occur. Hopefully, it won't be in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, but you won't be able to see it. So don't worry about going out there and trying to see it. But if you're right underneath it, then that would definitely be a situation you'd want to take heed of. That's the reason I'm updating everybody at the moment. All right, so let's put this in motion here and give you an idea of what we have going on. If my internet will cooperate, we should get a motion here any minute. There we go. So you can see this line. This goes back to about 7 a.m. So, about the time the sun was coming up, the line was somewhat disorganized. And as the time has gone on, and it's obviously gotten better organized. Had the brief tornado report in Montague County earlier this morning, but just keeps making steady progress to the east. So on this timeline, it's about 10:23 right now. On this timeline, it would be pushing through Fort Worth, probably within the. It is it's in the western. Well, gosh, it's not too far from downtown Fort Worth. Let me put a stop to this. So it's already in western Tarrant County. That's the reason for the severe thunderstorm warning. You'll see this move through. It'll probably get through Dallas County, Collin County by lunchtime. Uh, Definitely see some rain after that. And then, depending on how this potentially works over the atmosphere, we may see something later. We may not see something later. It's just something we'll have to watch. So, I want to put on the velocity mode here and give you an idea of what to look for any spin up tornadoes. Let's zoom in here. So, just as a point of reference, again, this is Saxe, downtown Fort Worth, downtown Dallas. So you can see the line. It's moving pretty quick, probably about 40 miles an hour. And right here, if I can get this to work here. So this is Benbrook. This is southwest of downtown Fort Worth. You see this little bow right here and this little, curvature back to the northwest. That's where, not saying anything would come of that, but that's the thing you'd be looking for if we did have a spin up tornado. So it's those little notches, as we call them in these lines. These are not EF5 tornadoes, if there were any at all. It's just that, you just wouldn't want to be right underneath one, of course. And then you can see the bowing structure right here. So there's probably some decent winds in there. Again, that's not too far from the radar site south of Fort Worth. I don't know if we could probably put. No, it's the wrong tool. Let's try this one. So yeah, these are 51 miles an hour. I know that's really hard to see, so that's probably the peak gust. So I guess the other thing that I would emphasize, and that kind of gives you a picture of what these storms are really about, is you're not going to see widespread, unless these storms will really start to ramp up, you're not going to see widespread severe weather in that regard. You're going to see some gusty winds. If you're the unlucky one, you might see a severe gust, which is over 57 miles an hour. But other than that, most of it's going to be in the 30-mile-an-hour, 40-mile-an-hour range, which is nothing to sneeze at, but it's not going to cause any widespread damage. It might knock over your lawn furniture or stuff like that. But other than that, it's really all it's going to be. So just wanted to come on real quick while I had a moment and update you on where we're at when we do have severe thunderstorm warnings for either Dallas, Collin, Tarrant, or Denton County. If I'm able, I do try to come on and update people because I see that information. And yeah, there's nothing to panic about by any stretch of the imagination. But don't be shocked if you see these storms within the next hour and a half, depending on where you are. It could be rather stormy. So, and like I said, it wouldn't be totally shocking to see a tornado spin up. If that does happen, I'll come right back on and let you know what's going on. You'll definitely hear that warning if that's the case. Other than that, let me check the chat here real quick. Yeah, not too much. I know it's everybody's working like I am taking a quick break on doing. So I know it's not going to be terribly active at this time of day. But like I said, whenever I can, if there's a warning for those 4 counties and maybe other counties, depending on what's going on, I thought I'd pop on real quick and let you know nothing to panic about. Just going to be a little stormy. Haven't seen that a lot this fall, severe weather season. So definitely want to give everybody an update on that since we haven't really seen a whole lot of it. All right. So we'll put this in motion one more time before we sign off and make sure nothing crazy is going on. And again, this will give you an idea of how fast things are moving. And it's that classic, when you're not broadcasting, your internet's awesome, and when you're broadcasting, it really slows down. But again, you can see the evolution of the storms. I think the Weather Service was being just cautious in issuing the severe thunderstorm warnings for these counties. I haven't seen a lot of widespread wind gusts over 60 miles an hour, but there have been a few. So they always take the cautious approach, which I think is definitely the way to go. And again, since we already had one tornado warning this morning, probably another reason they would issue something like this. But the vast majority of us should see in the 30 or 40-mile-an-hour range. Okay, with that, it's time to go back to work for me. But as always, I'm watching the weather, so you don't have to. I will pop back on if needed. And of course, later today, if the second storm system gets its act together, we may be talking again. Hopefully not. Hopefully we're just talking about rain, and that's because we all need some rain. We're all in a drought situation, and we definitely want to see those lakes and come back up, and that way we don't have to worry about a dry winter. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off. Like I said, hope everyone has a great morning, and we may see you later today out in stream. If not, hope you have a good afternoon and a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching as always.